In 2010, a young software engineer named Aiden Porter sat alone in his small apartment in Austin, Texas, staring at the flickering lines of code on his dusty laptop screen. The world outside was still reeling from the global financial crisis, but inside his dimly lit room, Aiden felt a quiet spark of rebellion. He had just read about something called Bitcoin, a digital currency that promised freedom from banks, governments, and the very system that had left so many people broken. At first, Aiden was skeptical. Internet money? It sounded like another wild dream doomed to fail. But the more he read, the more he believed. He mined his first few Bitcoins on that old laptop, the fan whirring as if about to take off. Back then, each coin was worth less than a cent. Aiden didn't care about the value. He cared about the idea. An open network where people could trade freely, peer-to-peer, no middlemen, no hidden fees. He joined online forums, met like-minded people, and became part of a growing underground community. In 2013, he convinced his skeptical friend Lena, a talented graphic designer, to accept Bitcoin for her freelance work. She thought he was crazy but humored him, taking 5 BTC for a project she would have done for $50. Neither of them could have known that single transaction would change their lives. Years passed. Bitcoin rose, crashed, rose again. New coins appeared. Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, each promising to revolutionize finance, contracts, art, and the web itself. Aiden kept mining, coding, and spreading the word. By 2017, he was no longer alone in his tiny apartment. Lena had become his partner, both in crypto and in life. Together, they built CoinKindle, a small startup focused on teaching everyday people how to use cryptocurrency safely. CoinKindle wasn't about getting rich quick. Aiden and Lena taught retirees how to store coins securely. They showed students how blockchain could protect their creative rights. They even helped small shops accept Bitcoin for coffee and books. Many call them foolish. The market was too unstable, too risky, too new. But Aiden knew revolutions were never comfortable. In 2021, a massive bull run turned their small savings into a life-changing fortune. Lena's 5 BTC was suddenly worth over $200,000. They could have cashed out, bought a big house, disappeared into comfort. But they didn't. Instead, they used their gains to fund CryptoSpark, a nonprofit aimed at bringing blockchain education to underserved communities around the world. Through workshops in villages and towns, Aiden and Lena watched young people in Africa, Asia, and South America learn how to earn, save, and send money without corrupt intermediaries. For them, crypto wasn't just speculation, it was a lifeline, a chance to leapfrog broken systems. Yet the path was far from smooth. Scams, hacks, and wild market swings tested their resolve. Friends lost fortunes overnight. Regulators cracked down. Critics mocked the idea that math and code could replace centuries-old institutions. But each setback only deepened Aiden's faith. This wasn't about becoming millionaires overnight. It was about giving ordinary people tools to take back power. One rainy evening in 2025, Aiden sat on a panel at an international summit, explaining to world leaders how blockchain could help farmers prove land ownership, how smart contracts could ensure fair wages, how digital currencies could open doors for the unbanked. Lena watched him from the audience, her eyes filled with quiet pride. They'd come so far from that dusty apartment. And when someone asked if he worried about the next crash, Aiden simply smiled. "It's not about the next crash," he said. "It's about the next chance to build something better." In a world craving trust, transparency, and freedom, Aiden knew the real wealth wasn't in coins or charts. It was in the unstoppable belief that ordinary people, armed with knowledge and technology, could rewrite the rules.